No editing?
No editing.
I gotta pick my nose. Oh, wait.
We're like sitting on each other. Hey, welcome everybody. Great. As you can see, we got a special guest today. Dan Buckley, superfan Dan Buckley. I wasn't watching the podcast. We just found out.
Just regular
Just
fan.
the first one.
I watched the last one, I think.
He's a super fan. He's watched one. So this is our found footage, guys. Found footage. Miguel and Mateo, you know us from School France. School for Ants. We just actually had a show. Dan came in and watched it. And we're gonna be reviewing the movie Pacific Rim because we all saw it. So we're like, why not? Why not just do a review? Go up there.
Sure.
And it was a movie, an amazing movie, best movie ever. You've heard me talk about it on the podcast. We're talking about that. We'll talk about that. Let's get started. Best movie ever. Okay, why don't you give a synopsis? Who wants to give a synopsis? You? I'll give a synopsis. Okay, so this is in the slightly in the future. Humanity finds out that there's stuff coming out from the ocean. Giant monsters kicking the crap out of us. So we band together. We build giant robots to fight them. First they attack San Francisco, then Manila, then Cabo. We lose all the hipsters. No, we lost them all. The third is Cabo.
Boom, the world.
Like, really? That's when you kick some surfers' asses. Dude, I'm surfing on it.
Was Sammy Hagar there with Cabo?
By the way, just in case you're really dumb, at the beginning of the movie, they're like, Kaiju means giant monster, and Jaeger means giant robot. Stupid definition. Or Jaeger means hunter. In German, it means hunter. Okay. Jaeger bomb. So that's the This is the premise of the movie because they're thinking like if you're gonna see this, you know what's going on. You're not looking for deeper meaning. So we'll give you a little bit just in case, which I liked. Because if you're watching this for the plot, you're pretty dumb. Like you're not watching this. We'll get to that. So anyway, yes, humanity, we're on the brink of extinction because these kaiju. At first, we're kicking their butts, but then kaiju are getting better and better and coming more frequently. And
some might call it the brink of an apocalypse. Some might say. No spoilers, though. And that's really all I have to say about that. Didn't we have one spoiler we're going to do? Okay, never. Well, there wasn't a spoiler. Synopsis. That's it. That's that is the synopsis. The lines in the trailer. Giant monsters fight giant robots. Watch the movie. Okay. Yeah, pretty much. The end. Goodbye. No, we're done! Okay, so good night, guys. So let's start off at the beginning. Okay, the beginning kind of thrusts you into the war. I mean, they show you a little bit, and they do a little explanation. And then Cabo, he attacks all the surfers. Yeah. But like, how'd you feel about getting thrust into it? I like that. I wanted to be in the thick of things because that's not a movie that you want to just. There were some slow parts, but they were trying to build a plot and stuff, so I understood why they happened. Right. Trying. Trying. You gotta try. It's all on the cutting room floor. I really liked that they used GLaDOS from Portal. They used the voice of GLaDOS. I was gonna say that was the BIOS, the Portal chick there. Yeah. The Portal chick, as they call her. Is it a spoiler that there's no cake? The cake is a lie still. I almost said that in the theater, but I didn't. And Matt, you were saying a lot. You were like, I'm like, shh, because you did shush me once. Yeah, what's up? I'm like, and so people were like looking at me, and I'm like, that's my brother. Sorry. I think I did cheer at least once or twice. I did too. Clap. Yeah, I said it too. I turned to my friend, not one of these guys, but they are my friends. I was like Obi-Wan. I turned to like, you was so false, Daniel. I'm right next to my blue glowy. Blue glowy. So anyway, the beginning, I kind of like how you're thrust into it. A lot of people had a problem with, how did you get to this point? They sort of told you. There was a portal, it opened. And there was some freaking monsters that started smashing stuff, so they had to find a way to fight the monsters. At first, they took the first monster, I think, with just tanks and planes, but they realized that was taking a lot of bullets. They were wasting all the time shooting the monster up while destroying stuff. 50,000 dead. Bad. So basically, they started with these robots because they're like, hey, they kick butt, we can just drop them off with a couple helicopters, and plus, they're giant and cool. And they can drop them off in the sea, away from the city, so they can fight them before they get to the city. They're multinational robots from different countries. Yeah, and I thought. So it's not just America. I like that aspect. It actually says something about the world banding together. It's not just Team America, World Police. Yeah, it's Earth. But come on, let's be honest. The American Jaegers were the best. Come on. Your opinion. The Americans which one survived? The Americans were the first ones to think of a sword, so I mean, nobody else wanted a damn sword. Okay, so they're different Jaegers, different countries. They all looked really. I thought they had really cool, diverse looks for all the Jaegers, which I like. Yeah, the Russian was this big, like Bolshevik. It looked like a stereotype. He was like Zangief. Oh my goodness, yes, very stereotype. I must break you. It's like land, bread, and peace. Yeah. They didn't talk much, and they're just in the background, but every time I saw the Russian guys, I laughed. They looked like from Rocky IV.
The Asian one was like a ninja.
They look like the vampires in
three arms. Yeah, with 3 arms. Because they used the, what is it, thunder?
The 3-arm thunderbolt.
I wrote it down, yeah.
Thunder Dragon, maybe, or something ridiculous. I just made that up.
So what did you really like about this? Let's pull it down a little bit. What did you really like about this first?
What else needs to be said besides giant robots fighting giant monsters?
Well, I think that
Ron Perlman,
exactly. Ron Perlman and Charlie Day were amazing together.
I only wish Ron Perlman was in the movie more. That was actually a complaint.
I like how they added this. Well, I won't give it away, but they added a scene with Ron Perlman near the end. And
I was actually a little annoyed by that. I was like, oh.
I liked it because I felt like Ron Perlman was like, "You're going to do that. This is going to happen."
We're having Hellboy 3 or not.
Yeah. you should have come out as Hellboy. Yeah, it's me, Hellboy. Kick something.
I hope in the second movie...
I'm Conan's dad.
In the second movie, he gets his shoes back.
That's a spoiler. He loses his shoes.
He had one.
You're alerted now, okay? There might be a drunken spoiler somewhere in here. I thought
about shoes.
The fight.
Yes, he's an expert cobbler.
The fight choreography was great, I thought.
Yeah.
And the scientist banter was good, but I thought it got a little hammy every now and then.
Yes.
A little bit too much.
It was heavy-handed almost. It was a little too...
Like, guys, you're watching humanity die right now, so here's some funny guys.
He's like the other side.
I'm the cliché reserved English person.
Yeah.
I'm
never seen Englishman.
I've never seen I don't know what to do with and Charlie Day was he almost pulled all the rest of the cast from It's Sunny in Philadelphia.
That would have been funny.
Hey, it's me. I'm here. I'm in the rail.
Danny DeVito was like a
he's a monster.
Hey, I'm the next monster. You gotta face me.
You gotta fight. He's drinking limoncello.
Hey, where's Sweet D?
I really liked the leads. I thought they were fun. Charlie Coonan, the guy from Australian, by the way, from
True Blood.
Sons of Anarchy. I was thinking the guy.
Oh no, the guy who's the American guy,
man, not the other guy.
The douchey guy. I forgot his name. Was played by
Iceman. It was Val Kilmer.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said too. I was like, it's Iceman. Great.
Val Kilmer's son.
There was a you could beat my wingman anytime scene. A couple lines. I turned to my friend.
You went straight in on him, mate.
And Idris Elba.
Yes.
Idris Elba. I love Idris Elba in most things.
They're great casting. I thought.
This is probably the best thing I liked him in. He really just had like a really good presence. I had a couple cool scenes. That number 1, number 2 thing. You know, I'm not gonna.
What was talking about that? 1 and 2.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I don't want to give away. But when you did that, I was like,
no, we're talking about.
I was like,
yes. The 3D really worked in this movie. I thought.
I did not see it in the 3D. I cannot comment.
Okay. Well, you wasted.
Well, I think in the beginning they did. I feel like in the beginning they did more with the 3D. Like they kept showing weather on you and wire on your face.
No, it was good though. It wasn't just like wow.
Spoiler alert! In 3D, they showed 3D.
Well, sometimes
it was like the Hobby. Did you know the Hobby in 3D? It was like, wow, here's Radagast running around.
But I saw it in 48 frames a second. Also, that my brain didn't
does not compute.
Too fast for my brain.
It got 75% the second time I saw it. But
if you look at my note, if you think my handwriting's bad, that's my notes in the dark. Charlie Day is
sherbet.
It's made of sherbet. So Charlie Day is made of sherbet in this.
Let's go back really quick to the fight scenes. There's actually a couple different diverse fight scenes. There's 1 or 2 in a city, and there's a couple that were out in the water. I thought they were really well done. They're like a very interesting, and there's a lot of stuff we didn't know where it was coming from until it hit you.
And also, you were invested. You're like, humanity may not win this.
You can comprehend the action. It's not Michael Bay-ish.
Yes. Explosion. Weird.
It was an explosion just for being an explosion.
Also, this scene in the trailer is not a spoiler. When they picked up that boat, I was like, yeah, let's get it on.
I'm on a boat. Yes, you are.
In a boat in your head?
With my flippy floppies.
Yep. That was nice.
Get your towels out, kids.
What didn't you like about the movie?
That stupid gun.
Oh, it was like charging up for 5 minutes.
Why does it take 5 minutes to charge a gun?
Charging the gun.
Yeah, the plasma cannon.
It's like, I'm going to get you. Yeah, of course they learned what you were doing. Yeah. It takes 5 minutes to charge a goddamn gun.
So they
hold on.
It's not a spoiler.
Hold on a minute. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you in a minute.
But it has like the worst part about that is it has like different timing on. Like sometimes it'll just take a second. And, there you go. Sometimes it'll be like 5 minutes to charge. Just like, are we reading Dragon Ball Z right now? What is going on? Like he's a monster. Just shoot him in the face!
Well, you better just get ready to punch him if that's going to be your weapon. Especially if you don't kill him with one shot, you might as well just punch him.
I like the weapons for the most part, but that weapon was annoying.
They need more swords.
Why did it take so long to get to the sword?
That was awesome. With like,
why don't you just go out there with the sword?
We have a sword.
Like a solid sword, maybe two.
Wait, where did that come from? I wanted him to go like, wait, where did that come from?
Put like a sword, little swords on the elbows, the knees, the toes, like a pointed toe, so you just kick them. That's a good idea.
But the worst part is he forgot that they had a sword until the sword came out. Oh yeah, this sword beats ass. Why did I forget about the sword?
Rocket elbow was my favorite.
And the sword doesn't even just slide out. It's like, we have to be very complicated sword. Like, no,
what was
just
that
have like
about?
the sword come out.
I think they stole that from Soul Calibur, from Ivy's whip sword thing. I was like, oh, okay.
Soul Train? What?
Soul Calibur.
And plus the fact that probably took longer than that stupid cannon charge when the monster's like,
luckily he was watching. I was like, oh,
it was like Dragon Ball Z where he's like, I'm gonna wait for you to charge that sword up. And you're like, okay.
There's one part, I'm not going to give it away, but there's one part where they're just discussing the evolution of the kaiju that annoyed the shit out of me. Like, I was like,
you can swear, you already swore, Matt, so
stupid. Now, I'm trying to swear less, but I was like,
very skittish.
This is a bad idea. Why are you just stop explaining it. We don't want to know.
Did anyone else think this is what Real Steel should have been? Anyone?
You saw Real Steel? You have to have a frame of reference.
Did
you even write that down?
If you saw Real Steel, please comment below.
No, I actually put
and we will delete your account from the internet.
This is a perfect monster movie because it was like you were scared of the monsters. It wasn't like like the newest Godzilla movie. You're like, wow, he's
some of the monsters had weird evolutions. Like they're like, oh, they all evolved from the same DNA, but then one had claws and then one had like
one had like a shark,
one had like a mouth and a mouth. I was like,
a giant gorilla.
You guys came from the same DNA.
And we look so different.
So different.
Handsome one.
I just busted your theories wide open.
I can grow facial hair.
My theory.
Yeah, but none of us has a hammerhead. A hammerhead.
They look different though. You can't see it, guys?
Do we have any other comments on this? I think we can close this out.
It was pretty good.
Let's do a rating. Let's do a rating. You do your rating.
My rating, see, if it were just going on the plot,
I would have probably do what I'm doing right now.
Mediocre at best. I mean, it had some fun stuff in it.
I should have gone first, damn it.
But it wasn't. That part wasn't great. The monsters fighting the robots though was everything I thought it would be and more. Like and everyone knows if you've seen any of the other podcasts we've done, I've been fanboying about this since I first read about it.
I have not seen any.
And our super fan Daniel Buckley.
I was drunk during most of it.
I give this a low badass movie. This is like as good as it gets, but almost it could have been just a little better with the plot.
Okay.
But like so good. This is now again. Every time I said it's the best movie I saw this summer. But this is the best movie I saw. It was better than Superman. It was better than.
You gave Superman a badass movie. Remember?
I know.
Better than Iron Man 3.
I know. It's a contextual thing.
All right.
It's a contextual thing. I thought it was better than Iron Man.
Okay.
It's definitely better than Man of Steel.
Does our guest want to?
I'm going that. Well, that would have been nice, but we've dispensed with the pleasantries.
We want you to look at the ratings. You know what the works. You like the podcast.
I'm going 3.5.
So I liked it. Like a high.
I liked it.
I like it.
But low must see. I think you should. If you ask me, I'm not going to tell you should see it. But if you ask me, I say you should see it. And I think the plot had enough plot to support the action that happened.
Definitely.
So there wasn't, perfect plot.
That's actually a perfect synopsis.
Yeah, you didn't need a lot because it's not.
If you're going to a movie called Pacific Rim about monsters fighting giant robots, then you're not looking for plot.
This wasn't like an Inception.
I'm just gonna ask
where you need to really pay attention.
No,
like layers and levels. Like no, it's pretty straightforward. A little couple.
Monsters want to kill us. We're gonna kill them back.
There weren't really twists and turns. They're more like a yield angle. It's like a 45-degree angle, not really like a turn or twist. It's good for some revelation.
That's good. That's good rating. I like your rating.
Yeah, right.
I agree with it.
Hey, so I should have went first because you guys stole my points.
Whatever.
That's all right.
This guy's copying off us.
For plot-wise, I thought, okay, a lot of it's ham-handed, but I didn't really care about that. I went into this movie knowing that there would be not a great plot.
Yeah.
It was something, giant robots versus giant monsters, is something that I think we've all been waiting for a generation now. We've seen, unfortunately, seen that god-awful Godzilla movie. We've seen a lot of just crappy monster movies that weren't those classic movies that we wanted to see.
You should have voiced over the trailer. We've been waiting for generations for this.
We have been.
Monsters,
and
robots.
You know what? It came through. The fights were terrific. The CGI was very believable and real. And it was giant robots fighting giant monsters. I would have given this a badass movie, but I'm trying not to use the badass movie term too much.
See, I'm that guy.
I'm trying not to, because it is the best movie rating, and this was a great movie. Don't get me wrong. I personally think it might be the best movie of the summer.
Fun fact. It's about the effects. They were all done by ILM.
Yeah,
the whole thing.
Yeah, we saw at the end.
That could be one of the reasons why it's all meshes together. They're not farmed out to different companies. Yeah. Trying to make it work.
No weather. That was nice because it saved us a lot of credits as well. It's like farmed out to Korea.
I think Iron Man 3 had like 3,000 people in the credits.
Yeah, we watched that too.
It was 20 minutes.
The thing after the credits was like, okay, we get it. We're like growing beards and like please credits in.
We just started. I started laughing with my friend. Like this is insane.
So what do you give it? You didn't say what you give it.
I got interrupted. It's fine.
I quit.
They didn't even see that.
I'm out.
Paper on the ground.
Paper hits the ground.
So I will give it a must see, and it's a high must see. It is a must see movie of the summer. If you are into like action, just gritty action, don't worry about plot. Don't go there looking for a plot. I still want to see a listing. There's still a couple movies I want to see.
Grown Ups 2, Despicable Me 2.
I'd like to see Despicable Me, but. That's no.
Yeah, if anyone's keeping up, this movie actually lost to Grown Ups 2.
So everyone watched Grown Ups 2.
And this is in fourth.
We hate you. Stop.
Grown Ups Despicable. Was it Despicable Me first?
Despicable Me was first.
Oh, then it was Grown Ups 2. Then
it was very close between Pacific Rim and Despicable Me, or Grown Ups 2, but
I don't know what happened, people.
But
it's all your
fault. I give it a must see, and it was. I really think it is a must see movie for the summer, especially if you like action movies. It was terrific.
It was amazing. So that's our podcast, guys.
One last one.
One last one.
I need to know from you, which movie had more damage and people killed, Superman or
Still Superman. Still Superman.
Well, they did say actually in the movie, they're like, we need everybody to get to the underground bunkers. Yeah. So theoretically, they kind of like,
they at least tried to save people in Pacific Rim.
It doesn't matter if they got them all there. There was some sort of system that people were evacuated.
Or Superman's everyone dies.
We got rid of everyone. This is just empty buildings. Wink, wink.
Yeah, except when they took him to the new part of the city in Superman, and it's like, there's lights on these buildings still. What? Wait, no! He's flying through the buildings!
Bunch of some construction workers. Damn unions.
Okay, so that's our podcast, people. That's we'll have this up hopefully after we have up Inside the Ed Farm.
So like 4 weeks from now.
Yeah. We'll see. Our editor's lazy. Remember that.
It'll be up when they're watching it.
We love you guys.
This part.
And thanks for stopping by.
They won't know.